Hello. Thanks for coming. So, we've recently been tinkering. I've been trying to stick to 64s, but I had reason to go into a 128 or two. And, as I'm here, and this keyboard is, I'm sure it would work, but if you can see this, it's very yellowed and the keys are very dirty and, you know. So, what I'm going to do, dangerous as it may be, is I'm going to try and strip this off. Every single key. Now, that went well. The other scary thing is the springs. And from what I can tell, the springs on the regular keys may be a little different than the ones on the function keys, although now that I don't have any function keys and other things to tinker on, I'm not sure. But to me they look like they're a little more robust on the regular keys, which makes sense because they get used more often. So how I get these keys off is I'm using a regular screwdriver, and I just go under one side and very carefully pry. No, geez, they were going so well. Pry in an upward, there we go. Pry in an upwards direction. And I generally like to have little cups handy, but today I'm using Ziploc bags. Because what and I could of course put all these together, but I'm not going to, because these keys are filthy. The keyboard itself. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. If you hear something that doesn't sound good, move to the other side. That seems alright. And you know what? Invariably, at some point, some key you go to take off, hopefully it's not the one you need, will break. Or the stem will break. Oh, right, I'm going to need a third bag. Because, you see, once you have taken the keycaps off and the springs and put them carefully away, show you in a second why. I'm going to reach into this box and see if I can find another bag. Look at here. And that is because once the keys are off, that releases the springs and it releases the stems. There they are. That's the little thing that actually touches the circuit board that says, yo, they press the key. And these parts, which, well, they're small, they're dainty, they can get lost, and if you are going to rebuild a keyboard, you certainly don't want to lose any. So, take your time. Usually I put one hand on the top of the key with two fingers, holding it securely, and then just pry from below on one side or the other. And if it gives me a hard time, I go to the other side. And it's still giving me a hard time. This is the number 3 key. You see that. So anyway, just, you know what, bring your patience. We okay? We're okay. But invariably, I've mostly found with 64s, sometimes you just run into a key it doesn't matter how careful you are, or how good you are, or how experienced you are, the stem snaps off in the key, and you're pretty screwed. I've often pondered taking those keys and turning them into lapel pins, or doing other things with them, but I haven't as of yet. But I haven't got that many of them. Perhaps at some point I will. So we're getting across here the one part of the keyboard. There's the springs. I'll pick this up again so we can get more plungers. These keys, mostly, are fairly badly yellowed. Now, when I get to a bigger key, the process is much the same. Gentle and firm, gentle and firm. And generally, I start sort of at the top of a row and go across so I can get good access to as much of the sides of the key as I need to get them off. So, once this is done, certainly I will make sure that I mark these bags carefully so I don't run into the situation again, and I can, of course, go back to my other keys once I find them and make sure that I know what is what, and that I don't end up looking for keys that I don't have. These ones are, as I say, pretty yellowed, most of them, not all of them. It's strange how that happens. I almost think, well, either some were replaced, or that they just, some of them came out with a better batch or something that didn't go yellow. It's like on this one here, like the V key, the return key, the shift key, they're all looking pretty fine. But most everything else is ugly and dirty. And of course, once I get this all done, I am going to do the key cleaning procedure. Now, this does not get rid of yellowing, but it will get rid of dirt, and there is dirt on some of these keys. And you know, I mean, there's yellowing, but there's no way around that. But there's also, I mean, some people even today smoke still, and the smoke of the ages and such will get into things. There's the control key, which is, I'm having control issues with the control key. Can you imagine? The bigger keys can be more finicky. I'm not sure why. Oh, there we go. We're good? We're good. Now, undoubtedly, because I just basically finished a row, there will be a whole row of stems ready to come out. And I have not shown you this yet, but you see this keyboard is filthy. Positively, horribly dirty, filthy, nasty. Alright. Like, there is all kinds of crap in here. Horrible, 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 horrible. Alright, here is another bigger key, the return key. And get two. Oh, there we go. Aha, now there's that extra bit to the return key. It has, it has filth. it has a little wire. It does, and that is challenging at times. I think I will just leave that for the moment until I get the rest of these off. Because it's a whole other kind of procedure. And I don't want to hurt things. Because the whole thing of this is, if I was taking this apart with the aim of putting it back together, and indeed sometimes I might, I really don't want to end up with a keyboard that's mostly perfect, but doesn't work because I broke something taking it apart. Or I forgot to do something. Or something of that nature. So, anyway, the keys of this Commodore 128 will certainly be soon going into the warm water with the dish soap and the soaking. They will. So, try some of the keys. You get in a groove, and they're just, it's like they're more than ready to come off. Others, you know. Alright, so we're moving down the line. We are and here we go. Hello, I am recording. So now, there's a whole row of stems. And these ones are black. The ones on the top row are blue. Are they any different? I just don't know. Alright, I think I'm going to get some numbers here. Off the number pad. Once again, it's funny. The enter key and the return key, are they both, yeah, enter and return. They're both not very yellowed. Very strange. Maybe if I'm careful, I can line things up here. Oh. I think also we're going to run into, we have the enter key and the 0 key. And both of them, they only have one plunger, but they do have the extra wire. And I still don't remember exactly what to do about that, except rescue the spring. Don't drop the spring. And then carry on with more keys. Anyway, if you are going to refurbish or make a machine beautiful again, this is likely necessary. But do make sure that you can do it when there's no dogs around, no cats around, and no distractions, or anything that would make you feel pressured or hurried. Because if you only have one machine, you certainly don't want to break anything off. Otherwise, you need to replace it. Almost there. Almost there. Few more sacred keys to come. And then maybe we'll take a little break while I remember how to do with the keys that have the wires. This one is giving me a hard time. That's why I say it's best to do this without people standing over you. Because the more pressure there is, the longer things can take at times. 3 more regular keys. 1, 2. Yeah. Watch the spring. Oh, this is filthy. And finally, the Commodore key. And the last spring, and the last keys. So, let's just see. Oh, that's going to take the spacebar. I think I got something there. I think it has 2. You know what? I'm going to take a moment to figure out how to get this off safely and get the wires off and continue. Hello. So I'm back with this filthy. Oh, look, there are stems. I forgot about the stems. Don't forget about the stems. They are critical. Critical. So I have 3 bags. Which may all end up stuffed in a bag together, but certainly not mixed. It's funny because I know I've taken keyboards apart before, so I know there's other parts around. Anyway, once again, here is the innards, the filthy innards. Filthy, 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 filthy. So we're down to the keys that have more more things. And I forget about it. Well, I'm going to try. I seem to remember there's a technique. If you take one of these little wires and bend it out a bit. Ah, there we go. If you bend it out just a little bit, you can sneak the key off. But don't hurt the wire. At least that's what I remember. So you see, there's confetti in this keyboard. Not a whole bunch. But some. Glasses. Oh, there's so much filth in this. So much filth. Alright, so you just kind of slide it off one side with a gentle, very gentle pressure, and then slide it off the other. At some point, I am working on trying to get to having a better close-up camera. Actually, what I'd really like to do is get it so I can have a camera looking over my shoulder that broadcasts right up there. But what I'm really missing right now is a cord. Now, I seem to remember also once that these things are on here, there's a way to get them off, I think. Oh, well, look, that one just, I don't know what happened, it came off. I think I'm going to put that with the stems. I'm not sure if that means I broke something. No, they seem to be. So if you just maybe just push them down, they should come off. Although that one went pretty easily. Oh, there's so much dust. No wonder I can't see. Well, they seem to clip in, which means you would think that with the same sort of gentle pressure, oh, look at that. So if you look carefully and use some magnification, you'll see the direction that there might be a hole, or where they might slide on in, and it would be sort of towards the top of the keyboard, and then just try and give it a little pressure. Oh, and off it will come. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm going to put those with the stems. Oh, this is filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy. Oh. Now, here we have the space bar. And certainly I know you've got to get it popped off the plunger. And there's just one plunger. But then there is a very long wire. Oh. Aha! I knew it. Hang on. These focals are great. Yes. These are, I remember someone was asking about these, and I knew. Remember, recently I had opened some stuff I was looking through. And I think I said, boy, there's something about this spring that reminds me of something. And sure enough, there is. Oh yeah, there's another stem. The 128 keyboard, under the spacebar, has two tiny extra springs. Now this little rod, on the bottom managed to come off, and it's still on the keyboard, or on the key, and I'm not sure I want it there. Because, oh, there we go, it'll slide off. It can go with the stems. And the teeny tiny springs. Well, I think I want to put them somewhere else. Do I have? I should have. No hard down. I should have another bag around. I should indeed. Even a lunch bag. Or a snack bag, yes. Here we are. So, I'm going to put them in with the springs, but they're going to go in their own little baggie. Because they are unique. They are. So here's the spring bag. And it has springs from a Commodore 128 keyboard. And here is the incredible, filthy, I guess you'd call it the base of the thing. I think what I'm going to try and do is similar to what I have done with the keys, and that is give this a bath. I don't think anything in there is going to be hurt by it. It's metal. It's filthy. Filthy. Oh my God. Okay, so before anything goes astray, document. So C128 plungers. Ugh. Plungers. I think I'll let that sit and dry. And then we have C128 springs. Let that dry. C128 keys. Ugh, filthy. And we'll let that dry. So I don't think I have a bag, like a Ziploc bag big enough for this, so I'll figure something out. Perhaps just in the sink. Yes, perhaps. Anyway, if you are going to take a keyboard apart, from what I know of it, you need tremendous patience. You need a Phillips screwdriver. And this is not the usual screwdriver I use for taking chips in and out. This is a little bigger one. I've often also used a salad fork, so you can get pressure on both sides of a key. But I find with the 128, it's pretty good just with a single screwdriver. So take your fingers, put them on the key, put this underneath ever so gently to one side, and give it a little bit of a pry, and it usually just comes off. And if not, go to the other side. Above all, gentle but firm. So I have some keys to clean. That will be another process. And you know, I have another 128 keyboard here. I may do this all at once and get it done. But the other thing I have to do is the function keys that I rescued and the innards that I rescued, they need to go in the mail. So, enough for now. Thank you for coming. Bye for now. Stay tuned.